Welcome to an exciting journey into the world of idiomatic expressions and phrasal verbs. In this video, we're about to embark on a captivating learning experience that will not only enrich your English vocabulary, but also make it easier for you to engage in everyday conversations with confidence. In this lesson, we've handpicked 15 of the most commonly used phrasal verbs that will make you sound like a true English speaker. Now, let's get started with our first set of essential idiomatic expressions. Verb number 1, run into. Definition: to unexpectedly meet or encounter someone or something. Sentences. Number 1. I ran into an old friend at the grocery store. Number 2. Be careful not to run into any trouble on your way home. Sample conversation. John, I ran into Sarah at the park yesterday. Mary, that's a pleasant surprise. Synonyms: encounter, bump into. Verb number 2, call off. Definition: to cancel or terminate a planned event or activity. Sentences. Number 1. They had to call off the soccer match due to the rain. Number 2. Let's call off the meeting, it's no longer necessary. Sample conversation. Sam, they had to call off the soccer match due to the rain. Emma, that's a bummer, we were looking forward to it. Synonyms: cancel, postpone. Verb number 3, look up. Definition: to search for information in a reference source or admire and respect someone. Sentences. Number 1. Can you look up the definition of this word for me? Number 2. She looked up to her older sister as a role model. Sample conversation. Tom, can you look up the definition of this word for me? Lisa, sure, I'll check it in the dictionary. Synonyms: research, search for. Verb number 4, bring about. Definition: to cause or make something happen. Sentences. Number 1. The new policies brought about positive changes in the company. Number 2. Their hard work brought about a transformation in the community. Sample conversation. Alex, their hard work brought about a positive change in the community. Sarah, it's incredible what they've achieved. Synonyms: cause and induce. Verb number 5, get across. Definition: to successfully convey or communicate an idea or message. Sentences. Number 1. I tried to get my point across in the meeting, but it was challenging. Number 2. The teacher used visual aids to get the lesson across to the students. Sample conversation. Mark, I tried to get my point across in the meeting, but it was challenging. Jessica, effective communication can be tough sometimes. Synonyms: convey, communicate. Verb number 6, set up. Definition: to arrange or establish something, often a system, organization, or equipment. Sentences. Number 1. We need to set up the equipment before the event starts. Number 2. She set up a new business in the city. Sample conversation. Emily, we need to set up the new computer before the presentation. Mike, I'll handle it, don't worry. Synonyms: establish and create. Verb number 7, turn into. Definition: to change or transform into something different. Sentences. Number 1. The caterpillar turned into a beautiful butterfly. Number 2. The simple idea turned into a successful business. Sample conversation. Chris, the tiny seed turned into a beautiful flower. Laura, nature's transformations are fascinating. Synonyms: transform into and change into. Verb number 8, give in. Definition: to yield or surrender, often after resistance. Sentences. Number 1. He didn't want to do it, but he eventually gave in. Number 2. Sometimes it's best to give in and compromise. Sample conversation. Jack, sometimes it's better to give in and compromise. Emma, you're right, stubbornness doesn't always lead to solutions. Synonyms: yield and surrender. Verb number 9, show up. Definition: to appear or arrive at a place or event. Sentences. Number 1. Is Tom going to show up at the party tonight? Number 2. It's important to show up on time for the interview. Sample conversation. Rachel, is Tom going to show up at the party tonight? Lisa, I'm not sure, he hasn't confirmed yet. Synonyms: arrive, appear. Verb number 10, put off. Definition: to delay or postpone something. Sentences. Number 1. Don't put off doing your homework until the last minute. Number 2. They had to put off the wedding due to unforeseen circumstances. Sample conversation. Daniel, can we put off our meeting until tomorrow? Sarah, no problem, I have a busy day today too. Synonyms: delay, defer. Verb number 11, bring up. Definition: to introduce or mention a topic for discussion. Sentences. Number 1. I need to bring up an important topic during the board meeting. Number 2. It's important to bring up your concerns with your manager. Sample conversation. Susan, I need to bring up an important topic during the board meeting. David, make sure to present it clearly and confidently. Synonyms: mention, raise. Verb number 12, break down. Definition: to stop working, in the case of machinery, or to divide something into smaller parts, in the case of tasks. Sentences. Number 1. My car broke down on the way to work this morning. Number 2. Can you break down the project into smaller tasks for us? Sample conversation. Max, my car broke down on the highway, and I had to call for help. Kate, that sounds like a stressful situation. Synonyms: malfunction, divide. Verb number 13, get over. Definition: to recover from something emotionally or physically. Sentences. Number 1. It took me a while to get over the flu. Number 2. She's getting over the loss of her beloved pet. Sample conversation. Emma, it took me a while to get over the flu. Mike, I'm glad you're feeling better now. Synonyms: recover from, bounce back from. Verb number 14, run out of. Definition: to deplete or exhaust the supply of something. Sentences. Number 1. We've run out of milk, I'll buy some on the way home. Number 2. They ran out of patience after waiting for hours. Sample conversation. Lily, we've run out of milk, I'll buy some on the way home. John, great, we can't have coffee without it. Synonyms: deplete, exhaust. Verb number 15, turn down. Definition: to reject or reduce the intensity of something. Sentences. Number 1. He turned down the job offer because of the low salary. Number 2. Can you turn down the volume on the TV? Sample conversation. Sarah, they turned down my proposal for a new project. Tom, don't worry, we can improve it and try again. Synonyms. Decline, lower. Now that we've explored these 15 essential phrasal verbs, you're well on your way to mastering everyday English conversations. Let's quickly recap what we've covered. Number 1, run into, to unexpectedly meet or encounter someone or something. Number 2, call off, to cancel or terminate a planned event or activity. Number 3, look up, to search for information or admire and respect someone. Number 4, bring about, to cause or make something happen. Number 5, get across, to successfully convey or communicate an idea or message. Number 6, set up, to arrange or establish something, often a system, organization, or equipment. Number 7, turn into, to change or transform into something different. Number 8, give in, to yield or surrender, often after resistance. Number 9, show up, to appear or arrive at a place or event. Number 10, put off, to delay or postpone something. Number 11, bring up, to introduce or mention a topic for discussion. Number 12, break down, to stop working, in the case of machinery, or to divide something into smaller parts, in the case of tasks. Number 13, get over, to recover from something emotionally or physically. Number 14, run out of, to deplete or exhaust the supply of something. Number 15, turn down, to reject or reduce the intensity of something. But don't stop here. Language is all about practice and application. The more you use these phrasal verbs in your everyday conversations, the more natural and confident you'll become. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel to stay updated with more language tips and idiomatic expressions. And don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the content. Thank you for joining us today, and see you in the next video as we explore even more exciting aspects of the English language. Happy learning!